to the finest crew in Starfleet. Engage. Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
The first duty of every Starfleet officer is to the truth. Scientific truth, or historical truth, or personal truth. It is the guiding principle of which Starfleet is based. If you can't find it within yourself to stand up, tell the truth, you don't deserve to wear that uniform.
This is becoming a speech.
You're the captain, sir. You're entitled.
I'm entitled to ramble on about something everyone knows.
Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
You just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had the chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic. Incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic, quite hypnotic. Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
You'll have to call again. I'm just leaving. I'm not dressed properly. My love is a fever, longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease. You'll have to call again. In faith, I do not love thee. With mine eyes they be 1,000 errors see. But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise. In despite of you, please, to so shall I compare thee to a summer's day. You'll have to call again. Darmok, Angelan, and Tanagra. Darmok, Angelan, and Tanagra. Darmok, Angelan, and Tanagra. Darmok, Angelan, and Tanagra. I am Locutus aboard. You will respond to my questions. I am Locutus aboard. You are bored. I am Locutus aboard. You will assist us. I am Locutus aboard. You are bored. I am Locutus aboard. Block phases on that vessel. I am Locutus aboard. There are 4 lights. Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain John Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. about something everyone knows. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. You just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had the chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic.
You'll have to call again. I'm just leaving. I'm not dressed properly.
My love is a fever, longing still for that which longer nurses the disease. You'll have to go again. In faith, I do not love thee. With mine eyes they be 1,000 errors see. But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise. In despite of you, are pleased to go. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Aboard. You will respond to my questions. I am Locutus aboard. You are bored. I am Locutus aboard. You will assist us. I am Locutus aboard. You are bored. I am Locutus aboard. Lock phases on that vessel. I am Locutus aboard. There are 4 lights.
Of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so.
Make it so. Welcome, Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
First duty of every Star Trek officer is to the truth. Scientific truth, or historical truth, or personal truth. It's guiding principle on which Starfleet is based. If you can't find it within yourself to stand up and tell the truth, you don't deserve to wear that uniform.
This is becoming a speech.
You're the captain, sir. You're entitled.
Not entitled to ramble on about something that everybody knows. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. That's me.
Make it so.
Welcome.
Make it so. Make it so. You just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had the chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic.
Quite hypnotic. Topic to topic. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Oh my God, what a great song. Anyway, welcome to the stream. I'm back. I took off Monday for things. And today I would normally be editing this music video that I'm working on. But it's just such a pain in the butt to edit while I'm streaming because the computer can't handle the load. Maybe one day in the future when I get an actual PC that's got some beefiness to it. Giveaway. Hey, what up, Giveaway? Thanks for being here. So today I'm going to go back to editing the World War II interview with my late uncle. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. Welcome, Giveaway. Thanks for being here. And yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days for me. My fiance and I, soon-to-be wife, have been scrambling to get a new wedding together after changing venues because of COVID. But things are looking up. We just spoke to the photographer. And yeah, things are looking up. So that's good. But unfortunately, like I said, I can't do the music video I've been working on. I'd love to work on it with you guys, but believe it or not, it's not even the raw footage from my camera, the C200. It's the GoPro footage that has been giving it a little bit of trouble. I guess because it's like more compressed, it's having a hard time playing it. And if I try to edit it on stream, it's just like it's not smooth, and it would take a million years. Also, I don't think this is going to be a super long one. I think I'm just going to go for an hour. So let's hop into it. Get a little bit more done with my uncle's World War II interview. We're 12 minutes in. We might as well watch the 12 minutes we'd already got, right? Cut into that hour of editing. So let's move over to that. Here we are. Move myself over a little bit there. And let's see what we got here. Also got to turn on this guy. Nice. All right. Well, if anyone's watching who wants to know about Premiere, things like that, let me know. Let me just double check to make sure I'm streaming to Twitch as well. Looks like I am. Got 2 viewers on Twitch. That's pretty cool. Hello. Please, if you can, if you're watching on Twitch, please chat. Say something. I'd love to know who's watching and who's here, and if there's any questions you have about editing, if there's anything I can help with, or is there something specifically that you'd like to see so you can learn, let me know. It seems like someone 7 days ago named J Massis Live followed. So that's awesome. Thank you. We're up to 22 followers. That's pretty cool. Slowly but surely building it up. So that's awesome. Meantime, let's take a look at what we got so far in my uncle's interview. I'm going to be putting subtitles in this at the end when it's all edited. That's one of the things I'm going to have to be doing that's going to take a lot of time is subtitles. But I think that'll help a lot. R. Van Handel. Hi, Mom and Son. Yeah, my mom's probably here somewhere. She usually watches. Giveaway. Life has to go on. COVID times are hard, but sure made humanity more closer. Yeah, I guess so. Closer emotionally, but further apart physically. R. Van Handel, you edit all your audio in Premiere. You know, when I can. If it's my own personal project, I'll do my best. And, you know, I'm not that great of an audio engineer. But whenever I have a project with my company, Rethink Films, that requires, like, you know, some nice audio editing, we outsource it to a few people that can definitely do a much better job than we can. Although I have recently dabbled with audio compressing and stuff like that, so I know a little bit about audio compression. In fact, what you're hearing right now is compressed a little bit, I think. At least it should be. Let me check. Filters. Yeah, I have a compressor on the audio that you're listening to right now. So that's cool. If you want to learn about that, I mean, I tried to do a stream of the compressing a while ago, and it like it didn't go well. But basically, you know, I try to get it as good as possible. Does this have a compressor on? I think I actually did put. Let's see. Let me double click this. Go to effects controls. Take a look at the audio. Audio doesn't look like there's anything on this. Yep. I thought maybe I put a little bit of a compressor on this, but I'm not seeing it. I definitely just raised the levels, but I could probably use a compressor as well. All right, let's watch what we got so far. It's 12 minutes. Enjoy.
My name is Louis Albertini. I originally come from Hazleton, Pennsylvania. I graduated in 1943 from the Hazleton High School. From there in August, I was drafted into the United States Army, and I started 2 years getting my training and then preparing to go overseas. And how I got into the medics was it seemed like there was a psychiatrist that interviewed you before you went overseas. He asked me if I had any objections to going overseas. And I said, yes, I did. I said, I don't believe in killing. I might kill my own cousins because they are in the German army over in Europe fighting now. So about 2 weeks later, they called me into the headquarters and said, bring your gun in, and they made me a medic. Being that I was in the Boy Scouts, I had a lot of first aid in the Boy Scouts before I joined the Army. So I guess that's some of the qualifications. Then they started teaching me how to take care of a wounded man in combat. When they say medical first aid, they mean just throw a patch on and get the man back as fast as possible. So after we left the States, we landed in Bristol, England, the southwest corner of England. It was a Nebraska outfit. Most of the fellows were in it.
I don't know what he means by a Nebraska outfit. Does that mean people are there from Nebraska? If anybody can tell me, I'd love to know. Or is that like a code for something? Because he's not from Nebraska, so why the hell was he there if it's a Nebraska outfit? But I guess it just means they're from Nebraska. It's weird.
30s, and they figured we were going to be doing National Guard work over there and watching the shores. But as D-Day came along, we started moving up along the coast. Around June the 29th, we started loading up the ships. And everybody seemed to be pretty happy. And now we're going somewhere. We're going to fight. So some fellows decided to cut their hair like the Indians, the Mohawks and stuff. Others had their hair trimmed down to the bare skin with a sign V for victory. You name it, and that's the haircut. So the story was so many hours up on deck and so many hours below because the ship was overcrowded. One section you move down, and the other section would start moving up. This way you have a chance to eat down there. We're moving along, and everybody's singing. Some guys are playing poker on the deck, and all at once it got quiet.
Giveaway, very similar to Hacksaw Ridge. I don't know that. Is that a movie or something? What is that?
The ones that could get up and see what's going on, we looked over the deck into the water, and you saw a lot of bodies just floating in the water. And we wasn't near land yet. We sort of realized it's more than just singing. We were all in packs that weigh about 90 pounds. As we're coming in, we still had the German planes coming over, dropping the bombs, trying to hit us, machine gunning. Now we're getting the shells from the beachhead. They're shooting the cannons at us. We keep going forward, and then we had to, they had nets alongside the boat, and we were lowered into smaller boats, LSTs, they're landing craft. We took right off, and as we landed there, we dropped the front part of the ship goes down, so we can run off. We made it into land, and we started climbing up the ravine. The water's coming in, the guys fall over on the side, and it gets kind of rough, you almost drown. because it's so much weight. So we got in, we got up on the top there, and we're pulled into a camp area. And now naturally it starts getting dark, but we have a group, 29th Division we're replacing, where we have them taking us up in 5 and 6 at a time.
I could potentially reuse this shot later on. It's pretty, I don't want to say it's not memorable, but what I am struggling with this edit is B-roll. I didn't take a lot. Plus, I filmed this, 15 years ago. So I didn't really know what I was doing. It was one of my first projects. This was a first-year film school project where we had to just film an interview. So I'm surprised it looks as good as it does. But just a mental note, I could definitely, pictures2.mlv, I could definitely use this again. Giveaway, yes, it's a movie based on a real WW2 event. Crazy, yeah. It's crazy. He said he graduated high school in 1943. My father was born in 1946. My my Uncle Louis, who this is, he passed away last year, I think. And it was the first time I kind of saw that side of my family. It's my mom's side. I don't really see them that much. And I'm super awkward, you know. I don't know how to act in public. I'm just very strange and awkward. But it was nice to see them all. And unfortunately, his daughter, Diana, and her husband, John, relatives of mine, were going to come to my wedding, but because we had to downsize because of COVID, that now they can't come. And his wife, my Aunt Rose, his wife, was going to come as well, but COVID, so it sucks. Be nice if I could finish this before the wedding so I could send it to them, because I filmed this when I was in college, and I edited it, but it was basically just the raw interview with a few just like things edited out where like a phone rang, or, you know, a dog was barking a lot, or I was asking questions or something. So it was edited, but it was basically just him talking, and it's tough to watch. It was about a half hour, a little bit more than a half hour. And it's tough to watch. It's not entertaining. It's not engaging because he's just an old man. You know, it's not his fault that he's not like energetic and you know, really telling it in a very compelling way. He's an old dude, and he had never talked about this stuff since he was there, basically, maybe here and there a little bit. So I don't blame him. Plus, he's an old man. Like, you can't expect him to be like full of energy. You know, nowadays, and plus, this is way before YouTube. Nowadays, you expect you want to watch something on YouTube, it's got to be engaging, and people on YouTube are all like energetic and stuff. So it deserved this footage deserves to be sort of put together in a little bit more of an engaging way. R. Van Handel, yeah, it is. The story has to be told. You are the messenger. Yeah, I'm trying. I've sort of become the family archivist. Just above me on the shelf right here, I have a bunch of VHS tapes that my aunt gave me, different side, my dad's side, that at some point I want to put my VCR and my DVD recorder and my upscaler and all that stuff here. And at some point in the future, I'd like to do some telecine and transfer some of those VHSs to digital on stream, which would be really cool. That shouldn't be too computer processors or heavy because there's not really much to see. So at some point, I'm going to do that. So I could do some like archival stuff on stream, which would be fun. But for now, let's keep watching. It's tough to edit. I've been doing a little bit of a time at a time. So once we get to the end in another 8 minutes or so, I'll just watch the next section that needs to be edited, and I'll do my best. It's definitely tough. I have skills now that I didn't have then in college, and techniques now that I could do. Notice me when you do. Need to learn that too. Nice. Yeah. Just keep tuning in. You know, it probably won't be for a while, but that is definitely something I want to do. I wanted to do it this week too because my grandfather, who died in 1999, if he was still alive, he would have turned 110 a couple of days ago, and I wanted to like telecine some, well, not telecine, but I wanted to transfer. I wanted to find and transfer some footage that he was in, just because it was his 110th birthday, but I got busy with wedding stuff, but let's keep going.
These different areas to put us into these foxholes. So I start running back, but we have a group, 29th Division we're replacing, where we have them taking us up in 5 and 6 at a time into these different areas to put us into these foxholes that they're relieving the other guys from. In the meantime, there's a lot of shelling going on. It looks like 4th of July. All these rockets shooting by, and we're just plain lucky. We got into the foxholes. There's no way we're going to sleep. Too much was going on, but the sun starts coming up. It's getting daybreak. It was around about 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. I had to go and take a leak. So it's an apple orchard there. There's rock walls all around. I figured I'll go over to near the apple tree. So what happened is I go over near the apple tree and I start going, and all at once, all this banging and shooting, and a bullet hits my helmet, it twists around, and I just jump back into that foxhole, and I finish the foxhole. Then you start hearing screaming, and I look up, and the reason I can look up because there's a stone wall, and I look to my right, and I see our guys are wounded, screaming, medic, all they're doing is calling for medics. And I was actually afraid to get out of that hole.
Of course he was. I'd be shitting a brick. I'd have just stayed in there. And he seems to feel some like modicum of shame about it, but it's like, dude.
But you hear that screaming, you know you have to, there's a job for you to do. And you do that job. I finally got out of that hole.
Brutal.
And I ran to the first one that was screaming. I break up the kit, spray some sulfur over him, and then I'm starting to wrap him. Basically what they were showing me how to do, but that took too long. So putting it around twice and tied it and jumped to the next guy, started taking care of him, and he's screaming, and he was in real bad shape. And I got some morphine, and I shot him in the leg with the morphine to try and kill the pain for him. And I patched him up as much as I did to stop the bleeding. I went to another one, and then I don't remember how many, but I ran out of first aid. That's how many I was patching up. So I start running back, and as I'm running back, I must have ran, well, I guess about 2 blocks, and there was a trailer with loads of medical supplies, just trying to set up, and I got what I needed, and I started running back. But this time I took 2 bags, and I started running back, and I started patching up. Litter bearers start coming up, and they're trying to take the wounded back as fast as they can. Then our P-47s came in, and they start bombing in the front of us. And after they start bombing, it started quieting down. No more fighting, and it seems like the Germans stopped attacking, and we started clearing up our wounded. We pushed the Germans back. We take St. Lo, but what they requested us to do was give the 29th the honor of taking it, wait before we officially go in and take over it, because the 29th lost so many men. And the colonel, before he was ready to come in, he was shot too. We gave them the honor that they took it, and we continue on forward. And in the meantime, the Germans at night, they can come through with some bombers, dropping the bombs, trying to stop us. Daybreak comes along, and we lost half of our battalion from the bombs. That's how close they hit us. We finally take that hill, and then we're going toward Mortagne. And as we're going, all these fields, from cleaning up the fields, over the years, they used to put the rocks, and they built hedgerows with rocks. They have a space on these hedgerows where a horse and wagon can go through there to pick the apples, different things. So our platoon had gotten up against the hedgerows, and the Germans are up there and they're fighting, they're shooting mortars in, they're getting hit. So I patch up one soldier on this side of that opening, and another one's calling for a medic on the other side. So I run over, and as I'm running over, zoom, the machine gun starts trying to hit me.
Jeez.
So I get on the other side and patch that fellow up. Most of these are getting hit with mortars now. And patch another one that's on that side, and then they call me on this side again, medic, medic. So I know they're gonna get shot or something, so I'm waiting, and then I dive and I run across, and zoom, the guy goes, and he misses again. So I fix up. In the meantime, another rocket comes in, and this time I get hit.
Damn.
And I got hit in the leg, and I didn't even have time to look because they're calling for more medics on that side. So I took another dive through there, and that guy shot again, and I fixed that. But one of our guys spotted where the gun was coming from, and they shot rounds into him, mortars, and they killed him because he wasn't firing no more after that. After I got them all taken care of, the medics.
Thanks for hosting, Pat. Thank you. I almost want to start playing this video over again. This is my late uncle talking about the time he was fighting in World War II. It's just insane.
The stretchers were coming up. They were picking up the wounded on this side, and as long as I saw that, then I went back to the aid station. They took me back to England, and that's where I stood for, I think it was 6 weeks. Any medic that was wounded was an express to go back to the original outfit because that's how short medics they were. And I got back and we continued on, and we're fighting down in and around the lower.
He's talking about war zone. He is. He's talking about a war zone. It's insane, dude. Like, he's like, there were these hedgerows, you know, rows of hedges. And there's a space in between for wagons to go by with the horses to get the apples and stuff. And the Germans on the other side were firing mortars in, so a lot of their guys were getting hit by mortars. I don't think there's any mortars in war zone. And here he's a medic, so he's like, medic. He goes over and he fixes the one guy. And then he's on the one side of the hedgerows. You know, he's on this side of the hedgerows, and he has to run across the open path to get to the other side of the hedgerows to fix another guy up. And as he's running across, there's a German guy all the other side firing down, trying to hit him. And he fixes this guy, but then another dude calls for him on the other side, back on the other side of the road. So he's got to like run through. It's like something out of a video game, man. And then the third time back he goes, he got hit in the leg, but he said he didn't even like think about it. He just kept going. He fixed another guy up, and then they sent him off to England, and then he was there for like a couple of weeks, and they sent him back into the he healed up, and he sent them back into the field and back to France. Giveaway. Oh my God, it was really horrible. I guess this speech makes us remember wars are always bad for all. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like I interviewed him when I was, if it was 2003, maybe it was 2004. I was 19. And, you know, I'm just like, okay, cool. Yeah, wow. But like, oh my God. You think at 19 you'd be like appreciative or like understanding of like that, the reality of it. It's like, no, you don't.
Part of France around Nancy and Metz, and it's getting cold winter, trying to get into Germany through, I think it was the Meuse River. The bridge is broken down, but the river's not that deep in that part, and we're able to climb across. We're not getting too much resistance there because it's all hilly and mountainous, and they've been retreating. In the meantime, we're just getting set, and we got orders to move out. They're attacked and they broke through around Bastogne. So our outfit, they pulled us back. They had the trucks there, and we started loading us up in trucks. That would be around December the 18th. And we shot up and trying to stop the Germans there. We were fighting on the south, trying to break open. Where we were was all forest and all pine trees and things like that. We're attacked, and they have the hilly side on the other side, and they have the mortars coming in and rockets blowing up the road. You couldn't even get on the road just about. We start moving slowly. We have to wait because now we need replacements because we had 180 guys as we were leaving Nancy and Metz to come north. We're down to like 70, 80 guys again. They're getting shot up. So we loaded up with replacements, and the battalion starts moving ahead. In the meantime, now I'm attached to the Battalion 8 station, and we took over. It was, I guess, the King and Queen's residence, summer residence, or it was a big chateau, I guess, and they used that for the first aid station.
Is that why you found some champagne? Tell them the good story.
The good story. Well, they had a cellar there, the wines and champagnes. You never knew there was a war around with all that stuff they had laying there. Might have had a bottle or something like that, but feeling good, I doubt very much, because I think we're too scared, too much going on.
Looks like that's where I'm at. So they're holed up in a first aid station in a chateau, which is crazy. And I think I remember this next part is, I don't really know. It's hard to explain, but I'm just going to edit it. He like runs into a bunch of Germans or something. So I'm going to try to find like the beginning. Obviously this beginning's here, but I want to find like where this sort of section ends, and then I'm going to move that over and then chop that up.
Anyway, then right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there was, they weren't in the place. It was empty. All the furnishing was there, but it was from, I would say it's about a half a mile from the front line then. So I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded out in the field now. And I got, what the hell was it, four of us, and six of us, 2 stretchers. So we went down toward the front there, and as we're going down into a gully, and there we see a couple wounded soldiers there, 3 of them. 2 was laying on the ground, one was just leaning against his rifle. And it was the Germans, they were prisoners. But I didn't realize it because we're looking at the ground, and they're in white uniforms. So I said, Jesus, to myself all at once, I don't know what to do, so I wanted to try and get up, so I put my hand up like this to have him pull me up, and I try and explain closer to him. So he thought I was going to shake hands, so we started shaking hands, like I said, Jesus Christ. So in the meantime, I'm up there, and I'm explaining to him, there's 3 wounded. I got 2 of these. Me have to go back and get another stretcher. And I guess he understood what I was trying to say. He said, all right, he tells me to go, says, I'm going to one, I don't know, Steve, so long ago, names you forget. So he follows me, and I didn't know if we were going to make it back or not, but we did. We got back to the 8th station, and we told them what happened, and they got about half a platoon of soldiers to come down, and they want us to show them. So when we got down there, they're all gone. So they're prisoners. They got behind the lines, got them, and brought them back. But I imagine a couple more was getting to be a breaking point for them. But we're lucky. But what happens is, they must have known, because when we do fight, and we get so many where we retreat Well, we stopped the battle. We stopped it once to where the German medics came out to bring theirs back, and we brought ours back, like a ceasefire for, I guess, for about a half an hour. That's how many wounded was out there. And we brought them back. So I imagine he must have saw something, because over in Japan, over in that area, they shoot you on sight. They don't believe in that. So what the hell? I start getting lost here.
Yeah, where did you go next then after that happened? To another part of...
Then after we finally got St. Lo. I mean, we finally got Bastogne.
So I guess we finally got Bastogne is like the next section, which I already had put a cut here. So today's stream will be editing this part. I doubt I'm gonna finish this, within a half hour. Could you put the edited video on YouTube? People would love to see. Oh, absolutely. Like I was saying before, I'm going to subtitle it all. So there's still a lot left. Like I'm doing a little bit at a time when I can. So this section, you just watched it. And you saw it's like rough. It's rough to watch because he bounces back and forth. So I might even have to like change the order of some things. But at the very least, just chop it up. And one of the techniques I'm doing to be able to chop it up is punching in. So I don't know if you could see here. This... track right here, if I enable it, is a closer shot. It's basically just this copied exactly the same and pasted above it, but I zoomed in on it and kind of recentered it. So that's helping me kind of chop it up. That technique of zooming in and punching in and out was not a technique that was even feasible when I edited this 15 years ago. That was something that you couldn't do. You either would have had to have had a second camera that was zoomed in, but people are used to it now because of YouTube and stuff, so I'm utilizing it. But right now, the plan is to chop this up. So first things first is like, what's the last thing he said?
Feeling good, I doubt very much, because I think we're too scared, too much going on.
So too much going on. It looks like it's cut on, but I imagine I had to cut it there. But there is a bit coming up here, as I recall, where he's like, it was the Queen, King's House of Belgium. They weren't there. The furniture was there. So I might move that actually up and then pick it up from there. So I kind of want to find that. But just to be sure, let me see like if I can save this. It's like I cut, yeah, you could see. I cut right in the middle of on.
Too much going on. We're actually working. Working.
So I have to cut it there. So
what's going on?
Can I even buy like a couple of frames here?
What's going on? What's going on?
Not really. This is why the subtitles are going to help a lot.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, I think I did the best I could.
What's going on? What's going on? Anyway, then right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there was, they weren't in the place. It was empty. All the furniture was there, but
maybe I can move that even sooner. Let me see. When he just starts talking about it. What's this here? Nothing.
To like 70, 80 guys again.
They're getting shot up. So we loaded up with replacements and the battalion starts moving ahead. In the meantime,
and now I'm attached to the Battalion 8 station, and we took over. It was, I guess, the King and Queen's residence, summer residence, or it was a big chateau, I guess. And they used that for the first aid station.
Is that when you found some champagne? Tell them the good story.
The good story. Well, they had a cellar there, the wines and champagnes. You never knew there was a war around with all that stuff they had laying there. Might have had a bottle or something like that, but feeling good, I doubt very much, because I think we're too scared, too much going on. Where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there was, they weren't in the place. It was empty. All the furniture was there, but
Yeah, maybe I could just cut that.
it was from, I would say it's about a half a mile from the front line then.
I'll keep it.
Was, they weren't in the place. Where this, then right where this, summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. We'll just make it work here.
scared too much going on. Scared too much going on. Anyway,
Put a little transition there. Hopefully it doesn't go too crazy. I think literally just like, 'cause since it's so close, I think 2 frames is probably good enough of a transition.
too scared, too much going on. Anyway, then right where this, then right where this going on. Anyway, right where this, where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium. Anyway, right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there. Summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there was, they weren't in the place. It was empty. We're too scared, too much going on. Anyway, right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there was, they weren't in the place. It was
I don't know what I could put here to cover this.
too scared, too much going on. Anyway, right where this summer home, I guess.
Also, same thing. Little audio edit here would be good.
The King of Belgium. Too much going on. Anyway, right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there was, the King of Belgium there. Summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium. I guess of the King of Belgium. Anyway, right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium there was, there. Belgium there. Too much going on. Anyway, right where this summer home,
Let's see if I can get the rest of that S. Summer home.
Summer. Scared, too much going on. Anyway, right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium was, they weren't in the place. Was, they weren't in the place. It was empty. All the furniture was there, but
I know that I could definitely chop that up and make that more, but I'm gonna have to try to find something here to cover this, and so I kind of need like a longer spot here to not have to have so much B-roll. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna use, but I'll find something.
what's going on. Anyway, right where this summer home, I guess, of the King of Belgium was, they weren't in the place. It was empty. All the furniture was there, but it was from, I would say it's about, it was from, I would say,
Yeah, sometimes I'm just editing like it's a podcast, like I'm just going for the dialogue. But sometimes like this, I think I'm going to have to cut back to the footage.
there, but I would say it's about a half a mile from the front line then.
That's all usable.
So
So right now I'm just chopping up the audio. I'll go back and figure out to cover what to cover with what with B-roll, and then to jump in and out from the zoomed in and not to make it flow better. Right now I'm just like getting the flow of the audio without worrying about the visuals.
I half a mile from the front line then. So I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded out in the field now, and I got what the hell was four of us.
So right here, I don't think I'm going to use this.
So
Yeah, don't need that. So this whole section here is definitely going to need B-roll.
I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded out in the field now, and I got what the hell was four of us, and six of us, 2 stretchers. So we went down toward the front there, and as we're going down into a gully.
So I'm going to cut here. And what I kind of want to do is show you guys the before and after. So I'm going to push this all down to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, copy it, and paste it here. So I want to show you guys what this is going to sound like after it's edited. In fact, I'll put a little bit of a space here so I know like what it is. So I'm going to edit this, and then I'm going to leave it raw. And you can just close your eyes and listen to it, and you see how different it is. I'm not going to worry about the visuals right now. I'm just going to edit it like it's just audio only.
I was in charge. 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 In charge. In charge. In charge. In charge. In charge. I was. I was. I was. I was in charge.
Once again, this might be a little rough, but when there's subtitles, you'll be reading along, and so the edit won't be too brutal.
I was in charge. I was in charge. In charge. In charge. I was in charge. I was in charge of getting scouting up for any wounded. Scouting up. In charge of scouting up for charge of I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded.
It was auto-saving.
Any wounded. Wounded. I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded. For any wounded. I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded. For any wounded. For any scouting up for any wounded. Scouting up for any wounded. Any wound. I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded. I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded.
Good enough.
Out in the field now. Any wounded out in the field. Any wounded. For any wounded out in the field now.
Probably doesn't need this little audio transition here, but I'll do it anyway. I've been doing 3 just because, I don't know, it seems about right.
For any wounded out in the field now. And
Emotion VFX. Hey, nice to have you back. Hey, good to be back. It's not going to be a long one. I'm not working on the music video that I've been working on because it's a little too demanding for the computer to do that and stream. In the future, I'll probably have a nice RTX 63080 graphics card, and I can do it maybe. But for right now, I can't. So I'm just working on my uncle's interview from like 2004.
And I got, what the hell is it, 4 of us out in the field now.
Stupid dog in the background. I think I can just skip right to 6 of us.
And I got, what the hell is it, 4 of us. 4 of us, and 6 of us. Yeah, 6 of us. 2 stretchers. 2 stretchers.
There's probably something I could do about that dog, but I'm not going to. I don't know how. There's probably something that could be done about that dog, but I don't know how to deal with it. And plus, it would only be once this is all edited anyway.
Oh, no. And 6 of us.
2 stretchers.
6 of us. 2 stretchers. So we went down. We went down toward the front there, and as we're going. We went down toward the front there, and as we're going down into a gully. Gully.
Okay, so here's the difference so far. I mean, I know that thing's not over yet. But here's the first one.
I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded out in the field now. And
you know what? Let's just listen.
I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded out in the field now. And I got, what the hell is it, 4 of us. 4 of us, and 6 of us. 2 stretchers. So we went down toward the front there, and as we're going down into a gully.
So there's that one. And how long is that? 34 seconds. How about this?
I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded out in the field now. And 6 of us, 2 stretchers. We went down toward the front there, and as we're going down into a gully.
Now, I could change that little stutter here in the gully, but I feel like at that point that I might be able to, I might not have to, because I might have to go to this clip. So I don't want to edit that at the moment, because I don't know what B-roll I'm going to put there. If it ends up being a lot of B-roll and I can cover this, then I can go in there and fix that edit. But we went from 34 seconds to 12. And so that's basically this whole thing. I think the final interview that I submitted to my class was 30 minutes. So by this just extrapolation, we went from 34 down to, well, what's half of 34? Half of 30 is 15. Half of 4 is 2. 15, 16, 17. So half of 34 is 17. This is less than half. So theoretically, when this is all said and done, a 30-minute video will be less than half. 15 will be, yeah, something like that. But I'm already at 12 and a half minutes, so it'll probably be more like 20. But we're getting there, and this could be deleted. This could be deleted. And I can now marry these two here, I think. I'll deal with the B-roll later.
Line then. I was in charge of scouting up for any wounded out in the field now. And 6 of us, 2 stretchers. We went down toward the front there, and as we're going down into a gully.
And I believe this goes, yeah, this is the next, yeah. This is the whole story, basically, about that. I'm just kind of breaking it up into sections.
And there we see a couple wounded soldiers there, 3 of them. Two was laying on the ground, one was just leaning against his rifle.
So, I think that's it for this episode. I know it's a super short one. I said I was only going to do about an hour. I've just been pretty stressed out with stuff going on with my wedding and stuff, and I really should do a little bit more editing on the music video project. But like I said, I can't really do it while I'm streaming because it's too computer heavy. So I think that's going to be it for now. I hope, and plus this is kind of boring to watch me edit too. I mean, the beginning was great, you hear the story, but like as I go, it gets very tedious to chop up. But it is interesting to see how someone can chop up dialogue. So I'm going to have to figure out what to cover this with B-roll. So yeah, and my mom's texting me. So that's going to be it for the stream now. She's watching the stream? No. But that's going to be it for the stream. Sorry about Monday. I'm going to be editing this music video too. I'm going to try to have it to her by Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So depending on how much I get done, I may or may not stream next week as well. As work picks up with my company, the streams sort of have to just not happen, unfortunately. I may end up switching to just doing it only on Wednesdays or only on Mondays instead of Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see. But until then, I shall see you later, and happy filmmaking.